Okay. Start ready to start. Um. Okay. Let me get the character pulled up. There we go. Okay, that's enough. That was Virgil's theme from DMC5 that opened the stream. Very good song. I apologize for any like fan sounds in the background. I don't think my mic's picking it up, but it's like 80 degrees out. So the fan stays on today, actually. There we go. So, I think I only have like one class quest for us to do today. So like the opening portion of the stream where we just run class quests is going to be pretty short. We could level Gladiator up to 15. That would probably help. Uh Okay, we need to go to Western Thanalan. Get the last couple of things on the hunting log. Okay. Or I'm stuck. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think the opening of today's stream is just gonna be pretty chill. Not a whole lot's gonna be happening until later. If we get as far as I want to today, then this is where ARR is gonna start picking up. We just have to kind of get through some bullshit to get there. Okay, what specifically am I looking for? Earth sprites and dusty mongrels. They're gonna be, I don't know, probably out here somewhere. Horizon's Edge, Hammerly. Okay, so the Earth sprites are gonna be over here. Ah, there's one. Got one of three. Two more over here. Easy. I don't remember where the dusty mongrels are. Like, exactly? Oh. Huh. Well, I'm underleveled for that. Maybe if it's still there. Oh, there they are. Okay, fine. Didn't want to fight that one anyways. Who cares? Oh, there's actually quite a few of them over here. Ah, nope, 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 nope. Oh, oak gauge. Nice. Okay. We're gonna move that. Get, like, down here. Honestly, I'm probably gonna shrink it, too. Make it as small as possible. There. That is our tank stance. Basically, while we have that active, we pull more aggro than normal, which is basically what lets us tank at all to begin with. Turning that off is effectively just making sure you're not tanking. You always want to have that on if you're the only tank. If not, you kind of have to coordinate with the other person. Okay, let's just go do this class quest. I'll worry about getting us to level 15 later. Because I really want to get, like, a start on the MSQ tonight. Okay, Mila. You look well, Miko. I hope you're ready for your next task, because I require your immediate assistance. There have been several violent murders recently. Ma'am, I am level 10. The victims of which were all Huron men. Based on the multiple spear wounds found on the bodies of the deceased, we believe that Lancers are responsible for the crimes. I didn't do it. I promise I didn't do it. Not only are these murders a blight upon our city, I fear it is only a matter of time before one of our own is targeted. I've just received reports of foreign Lancers skulking about in Stone's Throw. Considering the circumstances, I find it likely that these are our culprits. We cannot abide any more murders. Go to Stone's Throw outside the Gate of Nald and speak with any you find in the area. Good luck. We may find these Lancers before they strike again. Alright, easy enough. Ah, there you are. Don't kill me, please. I'm not the one you want. Ah, there they are. Oh, hey, we've unlocked a new skill. Oh, no, I remember this skill. I don't actually know where I want this. Here, maybe? Can we even use this before the end of this class quest? Suppose we can. Or not. Or we can't. Thank you, thank you. They appeared out of nowhere, asked if I was Aldi's at Spear Point. I said no, but they attacked me anyways. What did I do to deserve this? Okay, bye. Okay, now I have to go back. Might as well walk, honestly. There we go. All right. So they were indeed murderers we sought, or the murderers we sought, but what brought Duskrite freelancers all the way from the Black Shroud? And why are they murdering Huron men with swords? What is it? Lancers, first sword, a gang of them, hiding in the tunnel south of Blackbrush Station. Seems we're not rid of them yet, Miku. You might as well finish what you started. Go to Central Thanalan and dispatch the last of these freelancers. Bruce, accompany Miku. See that she doesn't die. Well, I can't keep the last from getting skewered, but I'll patch her up best I can. Miku, defend Bruce. He knows powerful healing magics, but he cannot employ them unless you keep all your enemies occupied. Make sure you command their full attention at all times. I am counting on you to keep those bastards away from me. Watch my back and I'll watch yours. You have your orders, Gladiator. Send these freelancers to the 7th gate. Yeah, they're not so subtly telling you what your job is. Honestly, okay, if you're someone who is starting the game as a tank class, either Gladiator or Marauder, go with the game. Okay. Do the stuff in the smith. Not just to get the ring, although the ring is nice. You really should do that stuff so that you understand how to tank in this game. Tanking in Final Fantasy XIV is slightly different from tanking in a lot of other MMOs. You know, I've had a number of parties fall apart because a new tank was not cut out for actually, like, handling a dungeon. Ah, there we go. Dude's name is Bruce the Big. I don't want to know how he got that name, actually. Weird. Shield Bash is not listed as a reward for this quest, but I can't use it here. Is that it? No. Basically, as a primer for tanking, you want to keep every enemy occupied at all times. You can tell over here if their little icon is red, you have their aggro. And you want to keep them turned away from party members as well. Otherwise, all of those AoEs would have been hitting Bruce there. There's more to tanking that we'll get into as we level this class. Looks like we're done here. Let's head home, Miku. I could use a drink. I don't know why. I just thought of like the fucking Eric Andre clip where he's like, "Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro," and he's like holding a ranch bottle. Okay, Gladiator killed. Let's see. Congratulations on a job well done, Miku. Bruce says you acquitted yourself well. I must say, you have shown tremendous growth since you joined us. I wanted to ask you, Bruce believes the freelancers were out for a bounty. What is your opinion on this, Miku? Huh? They're tracking a man named Aldous. Aldous, are you certain that's the name you heard? He's alive, but how? Oh, we're just done with that. Like, okay, lady, yeah, I don't care. Give me my stuff, I'm leaving. Ah, there we go. We're not really gonna worry about anything additional yet, in terms of leveling tonight. Maybe later on we're gonna hop back into like leveling Gladiator a bit. I've also considered doing some crafting classes to round out the night. Anyways, let's do Haukke Manor. Should pop pretty quick. I suppose while we wait, we could work on something out of the Gladiator hunting log. I assume a lot of these are going to be Western Thanalan. Western and Central, yeah. Okay. Wait a minute, hold on. I wanted to go to Western, not Central. Okay, they're either gonna be like behind us or in this little area right here, probably. I'm pretty sure there's like some in this little tiny area right here near Cape Westwind. Let's see. Ah, never mind. We are getting pulled in. Okay, this is our first dungeon as healer. It's exciting. Okay, I kind of mostly know how to play this class. Should be fine. I'm gonna move the S and O button in just a little bit while we're moving through here. Now, Haukke Manor is one of the more twisty dungeons in here. Okay, this direction is completely optional. The big gimmick here is we're going to be, like, grabbing keys off the floor and, like, using them on doors. Okay, well, we're going to have to lock in for this pull. Oh. Oh, hey, they actually know how to interrupt. Oh, I guess they stunned. Kind of the same thing. The difference doesn't really matter until you start savage raiding. Ah. Okay, no one walked through the other door. That just leads out to, like, the main entryway. Okay, this is the big one. This is the big pull in this dungeon that I worry about. Do we have... Hold on. I don't actually know that either of our DPS have an AoE in dungeon. We got 2 melee. Oh, Jacob, see you. Oh, I should probably announce now early into the stream, but I think it goes without saying. As Friday is 4th of July, I won't be streaming DMC that night. I'm going to be pushing it off to Saturday again. Thursday should be good to do Liza P. I don't think I'm doing anything super special on Thursday. I forget which one I have to focus on for this boss. I think it's the skeleton. I'll be poisoning both, but pretty sure the skeleton's the first one we need to focus on. I don't know why we're splitting our damage like this, but it works out, I guess. Now, this dungeon used to be even more complicated, because after this happened, you used to kind of just get left here. With no, like, direction on where to go. You had to walk back to the entrance or cast return. So new players would very commonly get just left down there and be like, where did everybody go? This dungeon used to be a gigantic mess. Now it's only kind of a mess. Okay, Lady Almondine has like 2 mechanics. She summons ads and she makes you not look at places sometimes. There's a guy we're not gonna have to not look at. That's what that icon means. And then there's an ad. She used to have lamps in all 4 corners of the room that you had to like you had to like stand near and turn off. Otherwise, they would AoE everybody. They got rid of those. And then we have to not look at that. And that's Lady Almondine. Ah. Whatever that was, I don't think I wanted it. What's it? 2-handed Conjurer's Arm. Awesome. You know, since I'm doing everything, I probably will end up leveling Black Mage. Just know it'll be the last class I unlock from the Reborn patch because I hate it. Oh, hey. We got a player comm. I don't know how many you need for leaving a good impression 1. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened to life. Two of them. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire 1 crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is that to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength for Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Oh, in Gridania. Okay. Let me take a look at the MSQ list. Main scenario quests. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 quests till the next piece of content. Now, fair warning, I said that the game, if we get as far as I want, ARR is really properly starting tonight. We have so much bullshit to get through before we can really say that we're there. The lead up to the next dungeon and the next boss is infamous. It is a patch of quests that very regularly loses people. You are returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I allowed I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, though misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am abetted in a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Okay, that is not true. This man sits here forever. Oh, pray return? Pray return? Pray return. At some point, we're going to have to do that quest. The only thing that unlocks is dying, and we don't have any good glam gear yet. It'll be a while before we get anything that'll look good on Miku, in all honesty. Welcome back, Miku. Full glad am I to see you safely return. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn to the 12's Wood? I fought some demons. 2 of La Habrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then, the Ossians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It's clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy. We recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Ossians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope. For that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set the investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires our attention. Let me know when you are ready to be, or to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Do we need this? Level 28? I'm gonna keep it for now. We do need to clean out our inventory, though. God, we have so much garbage. We don't need this. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna put all our dyes in our saddlebag for now. This stuff's, like, gonna be useful later. We're not going to keep it, like, forever, probably. Well, no. We're gonna hold on to all of it that we actually have, but, we're not, like, necessarily going to use all of it. It's just in case it comes up, for the most part. Yeah, okay. Everything else is probably fine for us to hold on to. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Yeah, we're cleaning out Miku's inventory. It's full of garbage right now. That is not to mention her poor armory chest, which is really small for some reason. Why is that so small? There. I don't know how that got scaled down. We just got out of Manor, so you know we haven't done too much so far. The goal is Titan, but I don't think we're gonna make it to Titan tonight. I don't know. I know we have 11 quests till the next dungeon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 21 quests. Till Titan.
The Maelstrom
hey.
requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye
I'm
upon
never
the beast
going
tribes,
to be used to the ARR
and the
voice
kobolds in
actors.
particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
God.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And all not afield will aid the fight from afar.
We're gonna be dealing with some
Thancred,
bullshit.
Ida, go to the Grand Companies. Tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Okay. Yeah, the voice acting is, like, pretty infamously really shoddily done. In ARR, due to more than likely a bunch of time constraints. Hold on, we can just return there. Oh yes, I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again for anyone who missed it. DMC is being pushed back a day this week because Friday is the 4th. So, okay, I believe we have to go to the aft castle here. Can I apply for a... I'm gonna try to apply for a promotion. What is this? No. Absolutely not doing that. Apply for a promotion? 4,000 seals. Okay. I know what we are building towards. Yeah, I wasn't doing anything on the 4th until somewhat recently, but even if I was doing something on the 4th, I wouldn't want to stream while the sky is exploding. Scion sent word that you are on your way. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. Kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers from Gomoro. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals. Fodder for their fell primal. The only voice actress I miss from ARR has arrived. Merowib's ARR voice is just so good. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom. Private Miku, right proud am I to call you one of our own. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wish to address Miku personally. We're no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the Kobolds plagued their people. Nor is this the first time we've had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy, I think I said that right, make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And it was not the Laminsons who violated this agreement. Dissatisfied with their lot, shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with great care, Lady Ishtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Luminsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already we have observed disruptions in the flow of aether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I must ask of you, I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. I trust I can count on you, Private. You have my thanks alongside full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. The kobolds should summon Titan, or that the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we met Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can about our foe, and I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The Company of Heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lenosha. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Okay. So, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is a pretty directly terrible questline we're about to start. A lot of people do not make it to Titan because of this. Hold on. No. Oh, we have a class quest to do. I'm going to switch off to Dragoon then. What level is this? Level 30? Okay. We'll do the level 35 class quest towards the end of the night. I do love Costa del Sol. It's a very relaxing map. Wish there was more to do on it. Later on into the game, they add a system for tallying the fates that you complete that rank up areas that get you more rewards as you rank them up. And the mobile version of the game that is launching, if anyone would like to try that, it, as far as I know, will be free to play. The mobile version of the game is adding that to the ARR areas. Meanwhile, this version of the game does not add them until Shadowbringers. Lay down your burdensome, come drain a pipe with me. We'll have a grand old time. Find you lass or three. Oh my god. Look at how he is dressed. You gonna say something, Venture? You're just gonna keep staring. You want to know about the Company of Heroes? Ah, hell's price of a bleeding fame. Can't a miller mill in peace no more? No. Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tractome. That's not a name, was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Ha! So you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do ye? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, Titus? If only you'd been there to see it. It was a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit ye, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut, just like that. Oh, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. People around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to defeat old Titus. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that made a nest by the windmill south of here? Aye, that'll do, then we'll talk. Well, Miku, because you were mean to him, you got us a bunch of busy work. Yeah, he just has the name wrong. Ah, there we go. Don't all rush me at once, guys. There. Easy enough. Oh, no, there's another one. Rat King? Okay, that's not what that is. Maybe these quests will be a bit faster than I remember. Titus from Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Titus from Kingdom Hearts? No other game? Kingdom Hearts? As so the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, Adventurer. Saving the hassle of... never mind. What? You're still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Adventurer. It was a pretty risky strategy. Kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do. But unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you'd need to be capable of saying, say, a gooboo. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the flour milled here. So you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down as quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading due west and standing lookout in case a gooboo comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Remember, I'm fully aware that this questline is like hot garbage. Titus is from FF10. He's the protagonist of that one. I haven't played it either. Well, I played some of it. I've always been turned away from it by its like weird as shit like level up system. Yeah, he's just the main character. He's just I don't actually know where he's from. The world of FF10 is really surrealist. And from what I understand, you don't actually get a really good grasp on it until, like, the end of the game. So, I've never made it very far. You again. That gooboo that was harassing the Millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, adventurers. Still, it took forever and a day to get the job done. Not sure if I should tell you our secrets. Cough up the secrets, old man, or I'm going to kill you. Oh, like, okay, yeah. Okay, I see. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, No. Actually, no. Tractome? You in here drinking again? You are. That gooboo had better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have me word on that. Cleave the beast skull in two with me trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true, was it Tractome who slew the Goobu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tractome. The finest axeman to ever serve in the company of heroes. The legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drink-sotted dream? The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody halfwit. Well, see, Titus is what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I ever heard. Both of you, outside, will learn the truth the Laminson way. Tractome, if you didn't slay that Gooble, you may consider your contract revoked. He brought this upon himself. Okay, I don't know why he did that. You know, it's not like the weirdest thing ever. Alright, you know the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged the Goobu Slayer. And don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, hell with it. Let the contest begin. Huh, Life Surge does not actually apply to that. That's interesting. He just paralyzed me. How you doing, last feeling a bit stiff by any chance? This motherfucker. Come on. Yeah, aim at my rock. Huh. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes. But I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Kill him. Save your bluttering, Tractome. Gods, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive ye. I swear. It's just that I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was in Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was the captain of the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said that I was one of them, but you went and believed me, so I, Look, his name was Waystgate? Alright, Waystgate. I'm gonna say Waystgate. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell's that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So, come on, tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. Kill him. I don't know. It's not like the weirdest thing in the world for people to call a primal by a different name. You know, maybe this is going out of, like out of the in-game universe a little bit, but I don't know, players have weird, nicknames for fights sometimes. It's been known to happen. I could have just teleported here. I didn't. But I could have. Okay. There you are. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. Oh, so Ishtola, you just get to skip all that stuff? You fancy yourselves heroes, then, just like in the tales. Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here is bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with the power that protects her from primal influence, thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risks and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered, useful, but it won't be enough. It's true that the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was fought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that, and you deserved better than the greeting I gave you, but I will not send you into Ogomoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gege Ruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... Gods, man, have you heard nothing I have said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? If you dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogomoro. Me too, Ishtola, me too. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray, do whatever the good captain bids. However trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. So what we are about to undertake is a series of fetch quests, the likes of which have never been seen before or since. They have actually trimmed these down, and there's still like 12 of them in a row. Master Gege Ruju's requests can be more demanding than you realize. No. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't waste my time. A Nyx has been recently seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning. Hold on, wait a minute. He doesn't want large, slimy... Bro, you're on a beach! The ocean is nothing but large, slimy creatures. What are you talking about? The beast is cunning, but should you have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof to kill. Oh, it's out here. Yeah, how dare wildlife exist in, checks notes, the ocean. Gege Ruju will not stand for that. While we do this busy work, I want to talk a little bit more about 1.0 content. The original version of the game that they literally dropped a meteor on and does not exist anymore. There were a handful of dungeons. We'll get to those when we get to those. There were some quote-unquote overworld dungeons, all of which I don't actually know what they were. Hard to find info on them. But there was also trials, and I suppose raids. They had to allocate massive budget to the part where they erased the game. You kid, but no, they did. They did have to allocate a massive part of the budget to killing the game. That had a full CG trailer that played. The game kept getting updates while they were ending it, So as the game updated, there was like a red dot here that got bigger and bigger and bigger, and players were like, "What the fuck is that?" And then they dropped the moon on it. And during the final day, all of the music in the game was replaced with the game's main theme on like a haunting. Here, let me actually pull it up. Uh, Final Fantasy 14 1.0, the last day. Is this? Yeah, okay. This is what the game sounded like during the final 11 minutes of the game. To my knowledge, this was what it sounded like in every zone. Why can't every live service game end this ominously? God, please! I don't like it when a game's sundowning is like nothing. It's just saying goodbye to it. You should wrap the game up. You should say goodbye to it. Give it a big bang of an ending. FF14 has gifted us this beautiful way to end a live service game, and people do not take it. Well, did you deal with the next? Here you go. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. Claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Oh my god. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I should give you a challenge as befits your talents. Oh, say less. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gege Ruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gege Ruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Mihu, your mission is to seek out and obtain its rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landenel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Venturer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe that you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Okay. Wow, that one's actually quick. Where are we on the quest list? Where is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 quests. Hello, Lanadel. This is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Miku. The ingredient you seek is the egg of the giant adamantoise. Method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest. Of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? Ha, you amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Oh, goody, a cutscene explaining how I take the egg. Let me be clear, this business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest, traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Dito here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I do so Oh my god. I so dearly miss. Bleh. I cannot speak. So understand that if you ruin my little charade, I think both are correct. If you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in the nest to the east of here, just right for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. And there will be other heroes, Miku. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, and your corpse will rot in this swamp. Okay. Hold on. Are you telling me we are taking a fertilized egg? You can't eat that. You know, I suppose you could. Don't eat that, though. Let's talk about the 1.0 content, though. In the game, there was only a couple of actual boss fights. So there was Ifrit, who we met and fought and killed. Hold on. Okay. And in the game's files, there was a second boss fight. A boss fight against Titan. There were, I believe, 3 implemented in the final game total. Or no, 4. There was 4 in the files. Only 3 of which were accessible, and a last one was added, working on being added at some point, but they ended up canning it because, you know, they dropped a moon on the game. But you might have a good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to preserve till the bitter end. I have egg. Ah ha ha! Such bravery, such recklessness, that will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me, I'll see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanolin. Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Ode Nunn. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Miku. Here, let me double check this. Let's see. Trials in Final Fantasy XIV version 1.0. Okay. Yeah, so it was Ifrit, Garuda, who we have not met yet, and then a trial called Thorn March that we haven't gotten to. That'll be in the patch quests. And one other that was the game's one and only, like, raid as we know it. Hello, Pixel Flora. I was just talking about some old 1.0 content. Yeah, we're talking about the end of ARR. Or, not ARR. The end of 1.0. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one... Oh my god. Weisskate sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you. Until I do, you will receive no aid from me. I can't roll my R's, so I'm not going to try to do that. Persistent bugger. Well then, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle. There's no mistaking that. You did manage to obtain the adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The nun I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am none. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, and the pragmatic. That is why I claim my position, and it is why I still hold it, and it's why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were to be recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned for both his strength and his guile. To even face the Samalja in battle, you must find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test. Draw out and defeat the veteran. For this I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You'll have to solve the riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring me his necklace. Yeah, no, the end of the 1.0 stuff was crazy. Yeah, no, the game sucked, though. The game was, like, horrible. There is a reason they dropped a meteor on it. Because people did not like it. Oh, we go around the hunt target. Anyways, all of this is to point out that there was an additional one in the, or an additional boss fight in the files that was never implemented. And that was Titan. Titan is in the files for 1.0, but they, instead of releasing him, elected to hastily implement Garuda instead, so that, or because when they were ramping up to release Titan, an earthquake hit Japan, and they thought releasing an earthquake-themed boss then seemed really insensitive. And it was. It would have been. So it was probably a good call. Unfortunately, that means we don't know what 1.0 Titan was like. Did I just have to leave the spear there? From what I know, there was also, there you are. There was, like, files for Leviathan in the game as well. I'm not walking back across the desert. Leviathan never got finished because they canned the game before they finished him. As for whether or not we'll see Leviathan, you know, I do wonder. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Here you go. What does this have to do with getting food? It's a fine necklace, as befits the veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear, it belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I should tell you of the ingredient you seek. Yeah, you fucking better. Oh, I have all that. Okay. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of here. Oh, don't do that to me. You should have, or you would have made a fine recruit. But no point in dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures in the Sigoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it on your map, along with a location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. You know, I'll talk about it now because we're already on the topic of 1.0 boss fights. There was one more boss that we have not talked about. And that is Nail. The final boss of 1.0, a boss fight that, is effectively lost to time? Kind of complicated. Nail Van Darnus in 1.0 was a Garlean soldier, or Garlean legatus, I believe, is the title they held. Who, was like, effectively, I believe they were tempered by Bahamut or something like that. Something to that effect. And their goal was to call down Dalamud, and that's why the moon hit the planet. And a bunch of people fucking died. We'll get into why that happened. soon enough. I say soon enough as though we're not several expansions away from Shadowbringers where they expand upon this. But basically they... Oh, stop giving me a second location to wait at. There you are. I'm teleporting again. I don't care if this is technically a waste of gil. I don't want to walk across this fucking desert a million times. But yeah, Nail Van Darnus was, just like a Garlean legatus who wanted to end the planet. And you kill them, and then Dalamud still hits. So, you look well if you caught your quarry then. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Miku. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Weissgate. Worry not. You'll have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Weissgate's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you'll be meeting the captain again soon, there's something I would like you to deliver him for me. I'll take arm guards. Why not? Captain was always fond of brandy wine. Would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Weissgate was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Miku. There and back again. God, you're telling me. Yeah, no, it was like a too little too late kind of deal, where they called down the person, or you kill the person who's like calling down the moon, but you can't actually stop it at that point. So after you manage a win, like the game just kind of goes, well, it's not stopping. Well met, Miku. Landonel and Ood Nun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? My favorite. I shall have to thank none personally. Now you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you'll not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago, she sent word that there's been some trouble at the Longstop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls Docks and speak with Ozun Nazun. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. Yeah! So, everything we just did was a bunch of terrible, terrible fetch quests that take way too long. That is the trimmed down version, by the way. I swear to God, this used to be like double the length. So, all that out of the way, we're about to approach, I think, one of the better of the early game dungeons. Oh yeah, this section used to be worse. Yeah, this section of the game is bad. People stop playing here all the time, because it's like 50 fucking side quests in a row. All of which accomplish nothing. The end result of all of this is actually going to be so infuriating. You're, like, anyone who does not know what this is leading up to is going to be angry. What's the hurry, Venturer? Something happened over at the Gabi settlement. I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. Shit talk the goblins again, see what happens. It is, I have not made it a secret that the goblins are my favorite of the beastmen in the game. I think they are amazing, and we are about to approach an area full of them. We're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? Okay. We're gonna have to walk past a fate boss. We're gonna be dealing with the goblins a lot more in, like, Heavensward. A lot less after Heavensward, unfortunately, but a lot more in Heavensward. Oh. Okay. I understand that thing's like a plant creature. I don't really know what I'm looking at when I see it, though. It's like a model that they use, like, I don't know, semi-frequently. There she is! Okay, I do not know how to make these sounds that they make. It's supposed to sound like breathing through their like, little masks. Tongue flaps of waistskate be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplander has come for tasty, fresh gobby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chased Gobbyflock from homes. Gobbyflock needs goodly Uplander give safety to Longstop with much hand-lending. Wow, that was fast. I kind of expected Brayflox to get more than 2 lines of dialogue. Okay. Into the Longstop, then. Wow, that popped instantly. This is why I wanted to level Healer for the beginning of the game. That, and I've been meaning to learn how to play this class on keyboard. It's the only healer in the game I don't actually know how to play. I have no clue. I'm so lost when it comes to Scholar. I know what, like, some of my buttons do. Alright, welcome to Brayflox's Longstop. It is certainly a Lenosian dungeon. Now, the first pull in here is, like, weirdly difficult. Especially if they're pulling absolutely everything, like they are right now. Okay, they left the last group alone. The difference between this group, like this, and adding in that group over there is very typically the tank melting into a puddle the moment that all the enemies attack, like, once. My favorite healer class? Sage. Love Sage. Love Sage to death. It is so fun. Second is Astro. Love them both. I kind of miss the older Astro cards, in all honesty. Which is why it's not really my favorite anymore. I don't really know how to play Scholar, and I'm not even kind of a fan of White Mage. I just think it's too basic. I haven't, like, talked at all about Scholar yet, I just realized. We ran a whole dungeon with it, and I didn't talk at all about it. Scholar is a barrier mage, or a barrier healer, is what people call it. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of the barrier healer and regen healer terminology, because a lot of barriers get regens, and a lot of regens get barriers. I prefer to say that this is like a proactive healer, rather than a reactive one. Your goal is to mitigate the damage before it goes out, rather than to heal up after it goes out. Hold on. Do we need that? What is... You know what? Yeah, I'll breed on that. No one wants it. Better than our current lance. You know, that's not to say that you're not generally doing prep work on the like reactive healers. It's just the reactive healers have a much easier job of healing up the entire group after damage goes out, whereas Sage and Scholar are much more limited in their ability to do that. It's not impossible for them, but it is much more resource intensive for them, and they're not really built for it. Currently, if you're curious as to, like, I don't know, some kind of, like, tier list for classes, there isn't really one in this game. Generally speaking, all content is clearable with most team comps. As long as you have, like, a diversified team comp, then you're probably fine. Hello, Brayflox. But if you're curious as to, like, which ones are generally preferred by, like, high-tier people, I believe it's Astro and Scholar are the two. Whereas White Mage is, like, good, and Sage has pretty high DPS, just generally. Those two are able to augment the DPS of, like, everybody else in the room. So, like, you know, increasing everyone else's DPS is generally considered better than dealing a lot of DPS as a healer. So... Oh, we are big pullin'. We are big pullin'. Thank God I know what I'm doing on healer classes. I think that's, you know, that's actually something really important to say, is that the game's balancing is actually, like, unbelievably good for, like, a game with this many classes in it to play. gonna get us the mapping the realm achievement here. Okay. I believe that's all we needed. Don't need to go all the way in there. I think the only classes in the game that are generally considered not very good right now is, like, Summoner. Summoner is considered pretty not great. It has pretty low DPS all around at the moment. I know at one point Machinist was terrible. I don't know if they ever fixed that. Ah, there he goes. This guy doesn't stick around. Oh, I know at one point Paladin was considered pretty bad. I also don't know if they fixed that one either. Oh my god, out of the way. They took the timer away? I have not played the class since I got it to level 100 after Dawn Trail launch. I do not play Black Mage. It is my least favorite of the caster classes. Honestly, probably my least favorite class in the game. Like, period. The only thing down there, I believe, is a single chest. And one mob. That's it. Everything else is the same. The timer gone. There's nothing to force you to play it well, / nothing to balance out the high damage output. Stupid glow orbs hold around you forever now. Even out of combat, they're annoying to look at. Well, that's fun. Man, I thought that I would, I'm gonna be honest, that does make it easier for me specifically to play Black Mage, because then I can ignore the needing to balance Fire 4 with Fire 3. That being said, that is the least of the things that bugged me about that class. Okay, I do not have the proper controls laid out yet. Hold on. That'll have to be something I fix in a moment. Ayatar is incredibly easy, by the way. He just throws out AoEs. That's it. He used to be a much more involved boss. Unfortunately, he is one of the many victims of the game's slow bimbofication of dungeons, as I've said before, where they are reducing them all to nothing. Very sad. Yeah, no, I understand that some people really like the complexity of Black Mage. I recognize that it's, like, not something that I like, you know? But I was really, you know, I was always happy for people who knew how to play it. Because it seemed like it had such a high ceiling. And that just kind of seems like it lowers the ceiling. By a lot. Goodbye, Ayatar. Yeah, no, I do believe firmly that the ARR dungeons have been getting bimboified. Dungeons design in general has just been getting so simple over the years. I think it really does need like something to like fix it. Dungeons need a shake up, and they need it bad. How many comms do we have? Okay, 12. They want every class to have a really low skill floor now. We need to mix so everyone can have something to make them happy. Yeah, no, I think what we need is really high skill floor classes still. We need the bards and the old black mages. Which ones were also really high skill floor? At one point Astra was, it is not now. Oh god, Summoner used to be and they simplified it. The class design is just getting too simple. It's getting so simple. And they're not doing anything with dungeons anymore. And whenever there's a boss mechanic that's slightly annoying, they just remove it. Ayatar used to heal himself when he stood in poison puddles, and they removed it. Summoner was more than a bit whack at one point. Summoner was fucked at one point. The class was like barely functional. It had 2 dots, one of which was an instant cast, the other was not. It had 3 Aether charges, I believe. It had more fucked up about it. Bahamut used to trigger, like, whenever he used to, like, spit, you know, like a fireball at something, that used to trigger every time you used an action. So Adel was DPS because it was an off-global cooldown action you could take that you could weave into the middle of your spellcasting combo, so Bahamut would keep firing. The slime and copper mines where you had to split it into little pieces, that was cool. I do not mind the bimbofication of Copperbell mines. Maybe that's controversial to say. Every boss in there was hot garbage before. The slime was like the least of the problems. There was that one where everyone literally just had to stand around while mobs that died in 2 hits just like dropped in from the ceiling really slowly. Old Copperbell, I do not miss. Anything that makes the bosses in there faster and more engaging is a good change, in my opinion. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Brayflox happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats for clever Uplander. Thank you, Brayflox. Thank you so much. Cheese's stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with secret gobby... oh my god, gobby arts? He said gobby arts. I was about to read that as gobby hearts, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. No party complete without gobby gouda. Brayflox every say. Thank you, Brayflox. Goodbye, Brayflox. Alright, we got 10 quests to Titan. I believe we'll make it. The slime... I agree. The slime could have been made good while also keeping it engaging. And instead they just decided, it's a tank and spank. You just kill it. Makes sense for like the first or the third dungeon boss, I suppose. But like, man, it's just not the same. They've been simplifying too much of ARR stuff, and at the same time, they haven't been like innovating at all in modern content. That is my one sore point with Dawntrail. I love Dawntrail. I love it a lot. I think it's a really, really great expansion. The dungeons are stale. The dungeons are extremely stale. I find myself not even running my roulettes that put me in dungeons anymore because I just don't want to do them. And that's sad. I want dungeons to feel fun and fresh again. I think the idea of the Criterion dungeons that they implemented, the variant and Criterion dungeons, as long as they, you know, you could push them along the same, like, story path, was a good idea, you know? I miss having more things to interact with, more complex layouts, and now they're just kind of straight lines? Like, all of them? I don't know. We'll talk about that when we get there. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem. Here you go. I got some cheese. You guys ready to get mad? By the gods, that unholy stench. This, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, it should be quite flavorful. How's it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. Ugh. I'll take the leg guards. We should be getting the EXP on... Bravo, Miku. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. What good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Oh my god, I've actually never encountered that word before. What the fuck does that mean? Aperitif, apparently. Oh. No wonder I haven't encountered it. I don't drink. That means an alcoholic beverage. Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip, he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. Yeah, no, it's literally just alcoholic drink to stimulate the appetite. That's what it means. It's like pre-gaming your meal, effectively. Not a word I've actually ever encountered before. Sweat, grime, and blood. Aye, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? I need wine. An order, let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. Paper cells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. There's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gege Ruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dear Stwites and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Or perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I've always had passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. But you grow impatient, and Waistgate? I'm gonna pronounce it different, like, every time, I swear. Must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Beer Glant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow, I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Yeah, no, so Brayflox's Longstop is not the end of this bullshit. It is an intermission in the bullshit. This section of the game is bad. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of this polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion. I do not care for interruptions. The neophyte Vinter bids you speak with me? Neither you nor your friend has a palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. I love the number of, like, moments in ARR where someone's like, get the fuck out of here. And they, like, yell at you. And the next quest objective is walk away from them. Like, you just listen. Let's just do a massive fetch quest for no reason that'll totally help us improve player retention. It wasn't about player retention. It was about playtime. ARR was made in, like, less than a year. They wanted to do an ARR remake instead of a new expansion, one expansion cycle, I'd be fine with it. I would also be fine with it, if only it came along with, like, fixing the dungeons. I take it he said no? Really? In those words? Cannot say I'm surprised. Well, there's no denying his passion and skill. The wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There's a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee you this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the Vignarans of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, and they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, most complex, most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh, and I was one with all creation. But that is all too often said. Calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Beer Glaint, fucking Providence, to part with his new wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the Vignarans tending to the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Yeah, couldn't we just steal it? I'd steal it. Oh, cool. We have to walk all the way around. That's awesome. You know, they are doing kind of an ARR remake with the mobile game. We'll see how that goes. It's only out in China right now, so... Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. I used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal showing up at my blowing up my goddamn house. What primal blew up your house? Mobile game has nasty monetization as per usual. Yeah. What do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. Never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend. You're a few years too late. Yeah, I'm going to try the mobile game when it comes out. I'm not going to spend a dime on it, as I do with every mobile game I play. And if I find the monetization to be too intrusive, then, you know, I'm done. And I won't play anymore. No luck. Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history of the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a Vintier. After the Titan blinded me in our battle... Oh, he's blind. Huh. In our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience. Even in my condition, it helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think this wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with new hope, may be forever lost to us. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, it's much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I should not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find suitable wine for the banquet. though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, here's a favor I'd ask of you, Jesus Christ. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation. It would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Rit Skilt can tell you where to find him. I already know exactly where he fucking is. I remember this quest objective, like, with crystal clarity for some reason. Right, here. It is this spot, right here. The Severed String. It's a stupid spot in the middle of nowhere that has nothing attached to it but this fetch quest. It is awful. Yeah, I looked into the differences. The mobile game seems pretty good, all things considered. In terms of, like, a version of FF14. But its monetization model does seem like a lot. There's a battle pass. There's a, like, monthly payment that you can do, like, opt into. There's just a lot going on, in addition to, like, a cash shop in general. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about it himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest of the Severed String. Wow, it was in the exact spot that I said it would be in. This whole quest line's, like, weird to me. I don't drink, personally. I find alcohol to be fucking nasty, and I don't really like being around people who are drinking. Oh, fuck off. So, like, doing this section, and it's like, oh, like, these guys talking up this wine. I'm like, yeah, okay. Could be the most delicious wine in the universe. I'm not drinking that shit. There you are. What do you want? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? It's freaking out this man for no reason. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Bro, they are bugs. You can just kill them. That I just have to cull the population, and they're not even particularly close to him either. I had to come here recently for something. What was it? Is there a Blue Mage spell in this area? It's the only thing I can think of that it, like, could be. You know what? I bet it's the Goobus. The Goobus probably have a spell that I came here for. I've recently started working on Blue Mage, like, a little bit. I don't really like it that much. It's just kind of busy work from my perspective. Do you mind? Okay. God, I hate this section. Okay, which quest are we on? That, wait. Two, three, four, five. 5 more quests. There you are. I killed the midges. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. Are you Garlean? We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just as they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway across the world. I just want to go home. Oh, you leveled up. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See? Should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Oh, we're gonna have to walk past the fucking toad. Okay, he didn't notice us. Get this one first. You can't get in the water here? Okay. Sure. The game has swimming. Okay. Does anyone know if 1.0 had swimming? I know it didn't have jumping. So I'm curious about, like, swimming. Like, obviously it didn't have diving. That's not added until Stormblood, but... Okay, Shamani, I did your fucking dirty work. Spend some time, Miku. What news do you have of Dress? He's going insane in the forest. Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Dress and I, 2 men who have not long struggled to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Miku. Okay. He was literally going insane, but... Yes! By the gods, Miku, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dress' palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. Thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. You know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Yep, alright, remembering why I hate this so much. God, this section of the game is fucking horrid. It's like, oh yeah, oh, that person had the Osmum out. Like, oh yeah, okay, here you go. We're gonna be trying to, like, you know, we're gonna be collecting a feast, you know? We're gonna get all the ingredients for a feast. It's gonna take 20 MSQ quests. Over 20 MSQ quests. And it's going to take you over an hour to do it. Fuck you. Every time. Every time I get to this point, I am baffled by it. The only time I've ever got a story skip for a character in this game, which is a separate service that you can pay for. It literally just skips an expansion and unlocks all the content. Every time, or the only time I've ever purchased one of those for a character, it was because I didn't want to do this. Every other time, I've just kind of turned on a podcast and skipped everything. Except for the first time, of course, where I read all this bullshit. Oh, hello again. What is it? Where the fuck did you get this? It's a rare leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. I didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Oh, cool. The Fate boss is still here. Please don't turn around. Alright, come over here. I don't want any of this, actually. Inventory just fills up with so much garbage so quickly. We could have fixed that materia, but I don't really want to. It's materia too. I could have kept it. At some point, we will need materias like 1 and 2s for quests. I'm not going to bother holding on to them just yet. Oh. I see. Hold on. Okay, Shamani, here's your thing. And he's cutscened us. Ha ha! I was right. This smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vinter could... 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me, but why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Buyer. I'm skipping that. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't... Wait. The shape of this bottle, the scent of this label. This couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus, but that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years, I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. Now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gege Ruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Miku. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Weissgate. Okay. Are we on the Banquet of Heroes yet? Yes, I shall very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. See, we're on It Was a Very Good Year. Okay, yep, 3 more quests until the Navel. We have officially left the fucking side quests. or the fetch quests, if I remember correctly. God, this section of the game burns me out every time. Your prolonged absence is beginning to concern me, so what of the wine? Take it. I hate you. It's that 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, Miku. Thanks to you, this will be your most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope the guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her the banquet's about to begin? It makes it all worth it. Look at him go. Look at him run. That section broke me. I love this little guy. I love this little man. He's like one of my favorite minions in the game. My actual favorite, we have not gotten to yet. The baby Oppo. I use that literally constantly. It is the only one I use. So, you have the look of a woman who has been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor. And this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all. It beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with a lot less grace. Yeah, this whole time, this banquet is for us. Lady Ishtola, Lady Miku. Hello, Gege Ruju. Nice to see you out of your chair. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I never would have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Miku has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, that fair's fair. There's no sense in hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be godslayers by his own criteria. Even if one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But as she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has never been full of brave souls. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Actually, his name is Titus. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Miku with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as any child to the sands, and struck with such precision as an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Miku, however, is kind and generous soul, and I am certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side. Wily Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the company here of heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of the Crags, Miku, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. Yeah, killing Ifrit means literally nothing to these people. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Some of the dancers pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Hatsune Miku, Titan's Bane. I haven't even killed her or killed him yet. Because you people won't let me. Who? Oh, nope. There we go. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Brayflox, hello. Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in belly of Brayflox. Oh, good for you, Brayflox. Good for you. Almost makes it worth it to get the Goobu Spratling and to see Brayflox a little bit. All of that was for a meal that we eat. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Luminse or Zir, anything beyond this chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory is ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbyflop cannot be coming to rescue this time. I do hate to tell you this, Brayflox. Titan is not that hard. Ah, Miku, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him, Landenel sends his regards. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are a veteran of countless battles, Miku. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are kind to indulge them, Miku. This banquet is much for the company as it is for you, whatever they claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan is yet to begin, and the hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We will speak with him again. Hello. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosha. There you will meet with Riel, another man who once served with the company. To ensure you that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Only then will we appear to meet you at the 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Oh my god. Okay, we're almost there. We have to clear this quest and then we're at Titan. I was hoping we'd get to Titan at, like, I don't know, by 11:30 so that we could spend the rest of the night working on, like, Culinarian or something. Unfortunately, it seems like it's going to take us probably to midnight to kill him. Where the hell is this one? Is it up here? There it is. There we go. Is he, like, here? There he is. Oh. No, I don't want to do a fate. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one the captain said would come calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. Years ago, when he was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across the Beastman Aetherite Sea. Eh, what's that look for? Not familiar with them? Speaks of the unamplified Aetherite, which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there's no fundamental difference between such Aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlian lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Okomoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. That would be a good variant dungeon. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way round. And it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Ugamaro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? Getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Aethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were Aetherite shards in the depths of Ogomoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify the signatures within the live stream. Well, that's where you're wrong, love. We have this Charlian bloke to help us. See, delivered us right to Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't really know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he, now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Aetherites in question happen to be... yes, but in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at that Aetherite? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. Up north. It's funny, you can actually get to the Ugamaro mines, like Aetherite. Pretty easily, too. Although, at this level, it'd probably be suicide to try to get there. Probably get beaten to death by a bunch of level 40 kobolds. Point is, you can get there. It's like a place in the game. It's not really that hard to find. I don't want to fight kobolds. That sounds annoying. Don't turn around. Okay, there we go. So this is the Aetherite the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. It's as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, this Aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Miku. I must needs remain here and supplement the beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it's possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetherite signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you'll be on your own. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. I've located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you'll find in there, so stint not in your preparation. The Navel, now accessible, will be queuing in as a healer. Alright, we made it to the second boss, finally. God, the leader to Titan is bad. I hate to say it, because, you know, throwing a bunch of, negativity at this game is the last thing I want to do. But God, does it not make it easy to get into it. I kind of thought the queue would pop by now. I don't really want to go anywhere. I don't want to piss off the kobolds. This one's pretty damn close. Although you can see one up close now. They're little, like, rat creatures? I'm not really sure what they are underneath those helmets, but they're kind of rats. Ish. Not like the same as Keegern, though. Ah. Okay, well. Give me Deus. We can go start our class quest, I suppose. It'll take a while, before this will pop, maybe. Stop healing yourself. Wow, this thing is obnoxious. Never mind, I keep up. Couldn't even leave the area if I tried. Probably should have done our class quest before coming in here. But it's fine. Look, an Overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. She uses her aetherites against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. The kobolds speak like that for some reason. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of the Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be the first to face judgment. Then Limsa Lominsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. Oh, great Father, Lord of the Crags, Titan, we summon you. There he is. He is come, he is come, Lord of the Crags, Titan is come. Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth their blessed, ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by their score. All in service to greed, such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I'm not the first to suffer thy defiance, thou didst bring Ifrit low. How do you know that? Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies will not go unpunished. Upon thee I shall wreak terrible vengeance. How does he know that? What ability am I missing? This guy's not, difficult by any stretch. Oh, you know what? It's probably the... Yeah, it's my AoE heal. Ah, that'll be a problem. Gotta get to the edge. Gotta get to the edge. This dude is not hard. So I'm not super worried about not having the AoE, although it'll make us work a little bit harder. So it used to be... Oh, they fell off. We have an Arcanist. Not a summoner, an Arcanist. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I'm in the rock. It used to be if you fell off, by the way, you would just die and not be able to come back. Ah, started to be using my lucid dreaming. It's alright. Like I said, not super worried about Titan. We can clear him from here without me. So... Stop putting me in the jail. Don't bother. Kill him. There. Yeah, we have an Arcanist. They should have their job stones. We have them. This is 5 levels past, actually. Lord of the Crags, Great Father Titan has fallen. The game doesn't make it apparent enough how important doing your class quests are, in all honesty. It also doesn't make it apparent enough how important equipping your job stone is. A rock! Yeah! I still don't know what these do. I know they show up in a lot of cutscenes in ARR, but I have no memory of what these fucking rocks do. Crimes of the Overdwellers should never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths, we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy. Now these are readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. You do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Ritalin. Hold on, that's not his name. Ritatin. I'm gonna call him Ritalin. I'm pretty sure that's like a prescription drug or something. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put, would have been bested by Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. Are we talking about Titan? What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool. And now she has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. Not remain to mark his passing. Well, the Ossians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? It's insane that we don't really get the answer to that for a long while. I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet cannot say how long they'll hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? We will be doing that next week, Ishtola. For now, we'll be doing our job quest. Lean forward. That person just left their chocobo here. I was going to help them, but they like ran away. We'd also need to be a stronger class to handle this. Okay, we're off to Limsa. What do you mean? What is mad at me? Yeah, that fight would have been much easier if I had Sucker, but I didn't. So, go to the Marauder's Guild, I believe. Miku, I was hoping you might come along. Deciphering the treaty has proven much more difficult than I have anticipated, but I have nevertheless made progress. It contains a wealth of military knowledge, much of which details the role of scholars in Nemean units. Apparently, a single scholar could provide effective support for an entire party of marauders. They would employ their magics to heal the wounds and enhance the abilities of their allies. Moreover, they often served in leadership roles, as they were highly trained tacticians. But how swiftly the remembrance of all things is buried in the gulf of eternity. The treatise indicates that Nemean scholars wielded a far more diverse repertoire of spells than you currently possess. Precisely why you lack these spells, I cannot say. However, the fault may lie with your fairy. One could surmise that the knowledge contained within the soul of the scholar is essentially hers. Therefore, if she cannot remember the ancient magics, it would suggest that... Thought occurs to me. If it is indeed the case that the fairy, having been sealed for 1500 years, has yet to fully regain her senses, mayhap visiting a familiar location would hasten the process. And I can think of no more familiar place than the city of Nim. Rather, what remains of it in outer Lenosha. We'll have to head north from Camp Bronze. This'll be the last thing we do tonight. Okay, up this way. Crazy that we actually haven't been up here yet. All right, time to get chased by kobolds the entire way. Did that person make it inside? I hope they did. From here on out, I mean, I know we're stopping for the evening, but from here on out, ARR is about to pick up the pace pretty substantially. I mean, I get that, like, the pace has been literally nothing for the past while, but you're just gonna have to trust me on this, okay? The game actually does speed up. Ow. I have a feeling I approached this from a bad angle. It's fine. We're at Camp Overlook. Okay, we have to go investigate things over here. Okay, looks like we have to, like, walk around, judging by the map. I'm very happy we made it to Titan. We have, what, 15 levels of the MSQ left to go? So we probably won't finish base game ARR next week, but the week after, maybe? I don't know. It might take us a couple more weeks than that, or like one more week than that. The ending of ARR is very famously a mess. Anyone who's finished it can tell you that it's kind of a disaster. They've done a lot to fix it. We'll talk about it when we get there, but oh my god, the state that the final dungeons were in when the game launched was ridiculous. Actually, like, a lack of testing involved, I think. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Oh, and there's the last one over there. Okay. People being able to skip when you shouldn't be able to was sure interesting. Mm-hmm. It was great. Yeah, very infamously, the final dungeon of A Realm Reborn was, I want to say it was like 40 minutes long, and included a bunch of, like, cutscenes. So if you, like, it had its own containment roulette. Where you had to, like, purposefully queue into it for, like, rewards. Okay. So many runs of Prey where people just did bosses before you got out of a cutscene. Yeah. No, cutscenes would end up interrupting themselves and, like, skipping. So nobody in like the initial release of the game, past the first handful of groups that did it, got to actually experience the entire dungeon. All the cutscenes would just start skipping themselves as new ones were prompted over and over again. It was horrible. They fixed it. You can't skip cutscenes anymore, which they've also cut a lot of them. They cut down the dungeon considerably. It is the one act of, like, this large-scale simplification of ARR that I actually was completely fine with. Because, oh my god. Terrible dungeon. Just terrible. Welcome back, Miku. I gather the experiment met with success, and this strongly suggests that each fairy is a distinct individual with her own thoughts, feelings, and memories. Well, I must redouble my efforts to translate the remaining text. At this rate, your discoveries threaten to overshadow mine. Not to bemoan your accomplishments, but I have yet to decipher any equally amazing stratagems. Soon enough, though, soon enough. All right, we got suckered. That's a good skill to have. For, I don't know, a boss like, say, Titan, who does a lot of AoE damage. Oh, and we're level 37 now. Nice. This is why I don't really need to be actively leveling this class very often. It is what we're going to play for the majority of A Realm Reborn, but I also just really want to have the Dragoon stuff going, you know? I want to show off the Dragoon quests before we get to Heavensward. Unfortunately, we don't have one available yet today. Since I'm leveling it with MSQ, I don't know, will that level me up? 14k? No, it won't. It'll get me a chunk of the way there, but it won't level me up. Will I need to... Hold on. Yeah, okay, I'll need to run some, like, a roulette on this class. Which is fine, I suppose. Okay, let's prepare Miku to log out. Try to log in between sessions this time to God, we have to go to the app. Yeah, I'll try to log in between sessions to level up some alt classes. Specifically, get Dragoon up a level and level up Gladiator to at least 16, so we can start running roulettes with it. Or I can do that in my spare time, rather. I'm not going to bore you guys by starting every stream with, like, roulettes, because that would, personally, that would drive me insane. I'd have to start, like, a full hour earlier. That new Cash Shop outfit that costs, like, $42 if you want everything. Yeah, the Square Enix Cash Shop is, like, dumb. It's terrible. And it has a hat you can't wear if you're a Viera or a Hrothgar. Can't wear yet. They're working on it. Speaking as someone whose main is a Hrothgar, I don't pay attention to hats. It's very tragic. I can't wear them. It's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. Yeah, I don't... Personally, I try to never buy anything out of the Mog Station. I think I've bought 3 things out of the Mog Station ever throughout the entire time I've played the game. Tells me how long it took for them to just go ahead and embrace things clipping. I know. Other outfits clip. My spear is in my hair. Guys. Come on. I think it's ridiculous. The cash shop, oh my god. It'd be one thing if the increased revenue was getting funneled into this game, but it is getting funneled into every other Square Enix property. All of them. This game is funding the company, and they are giving them scraps to work with. It's so frustrating. The dev team is stretched really thin right now. So new content is just getting, like, fucked up because of it. They're not able to do the important, like, bug testing and shit that they really need to do for bad project number, big number. Yeah. Look, Square Enix's output in the last few years has been all over the fucking place, okay? Every, like, big success, every Dragon Quest III HD or, God, that one's just a remake. Final Fantasy 16 and, I don't know. I mean, Dawn Trail, of course, really great. Is met with, like, various day life. And that, like, weird fucking garbage they're making that just kind of looks like Fortnite. But with, like, a murder mystery skin. Hearing the stuff from the live letter about a lack of resources made a lot of things in current 14 content make sense. Yeah. Yeah. No, they're stretching Yoshi P thin. From what I heard, he's working on the Tactics remake or remaster, whatever that thing is. I think it's a remake. And he's working. He just finished on Final Fantasy 16. Like they're really stretching him specifically really thin, and like they're just like Square Enix is a terrible company. This has always been the case. Okay. Every time, if you think of a moment in history, okay, Square Enix was there and they were making bad decisions every time. But right now is a really unique moment where they have the most popular MMO on the market. Okay? This is the king of this genre. And they're like, nah, we don't need to fund it. Yeah, he's gonna go the way of every single other creative director that's ever worked at Square Enix. Get burnt out and leave. The only person who's still there from the olden days is, like, Nomura. Sakaguchi left, made his own company. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. I don't know. Square needs to get their shit together is basically what needs to happen. It's just like an all-around really, really bad time for the company right now. Something I wanted to do. Where was the keybinds? Hold on. Am I going insane? How do I change my keybinds? What the fuck? Oh wait, it's just like a separate thing in the menu. That's right. I wanted to turn off something that I recommend everybody who heals. Everyone, turn this on. Put this on something that you can hit very easily. Targeting. Target the target of your current target. Set that to something nice. Because holy shit. If this one button lets you swap between your main tank and an enemy to attack in one button press. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so good. Really don't want another Konami situation on our hands. Konami is, like, uniquely horrible. They are, like, really bad. I don't think we're ever going to see another Konami as far as the game industry goes. Because, oh my god, what happened with Konami was freakish. You don't just suddenly decide that both of your big cash cow franchises need to die overnight without some, like, fucked up shit happening behind the scenes. Yeah, no, target the target of your current target is probably my favorite button. Especially if you're on controller, it makes things so much easier. I just set it to, like, clicking one of the sticks, and it, changed my life. No, Konami decided, all at once, it seems, that they wanted to, like, I guess we could log Miku out and, like, switch over to post-stream. They decided that they didn't want to, develop any video games anymore. Because the then head of Konami decided, kind of out of nowhere, that developing new video games was more costly than just profiting off of the IPs forever. So he decided to heavily restrict the current devs that were in Konami. So he fucked up Metal Gear Solid 5, of course, by forcing Kojima to like launch it out the door way early, and then he fucked up Silent Hills by firing Kojima. And then the case of Castlevania is even more tragic, where Castlevania was considered a quote-unquote cheap alternative to like their bigger like releases. So they only ever gave them really tiny budgets to work with rather than giving them like money to make interesting new games. That's why everything from like Order of Ecclesia, Portrait of Ruin, and Dawn of Sorrow is just like a reused asset over and over again because they literally didn't have the budget to make new assets. And they just, you know, Kojima or not Kojima, Iga really wanted to like make a big like special console Castlevania to round out the story arc that they were working on, and he kept lobbying for it. He was like, I need a big budget game. I need to make a big budget console game. The fans have been waiting for like an end to this saga forever. And eventually, instead of letting him just work on more Castlevanias, which is what they were doing, they would just give him a handheld game budget and be like, here you go, you're making another fucking DS game. Fuck you. They just moved him to their mobile game department and decided, here, we're outsourcing the Castlevania IP, and they gave it to Mercury Steam. And that's how we got Lords of Shadow, a game that I despise a lot. Gotta get money for their Yakuza buddies somehow. I don't know how much of that's a joke. Considering that they are deeply, deeply involved in the Japanese gambling industry. Yeah. Yeah, that might be actually the case. So, basically, every creative director at Konami quit because their franchise was getting meddled with and fucked with so much by the higher-ups that they just couldn't work. They couldn't do anything anymore. And so, that's just kind of where they ended up. There are very probable rumors that Konami got early funding from the Yakuza. Supposedly they aren't involved anymore. That wouldn't shock me. Konami as a company is very bizarre, very interesting. You know, I'll start some music. We didn't get to really hear it while we were playing the game. So I'm going to play the Titan theme. I actually really quite like the Titan theme. Is this... No, this is the like new one. Here we go. Play it kind of quietly. No, Konami just ended up in a state where like none of their creatives wanted to work on anything in the company anymore because they were getting restricted so much. And they were also in a state where, like, people... Like, all of their big franchises were just, like, not... Like, they had no one at the helm anymore, you know? I mean, that's the state they're in right now. We haven't gotten a new Castlevania in years. Probably won't. Silent Hill seems to be coming back. And I'll admit, I heard really good things about the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I've heard really great things about, I've been watching the trailers for Silent Hill F, and it looks amazing. It looks really cool. I won't give Konami my money. I play Master Duel as a free-to-play player. That's the only exposure I have to a Konami product anyway these days. They're just like one of the worst, most dog shit companies in the games industry right now. Like with Ubisoft dying actively as we speak, and like EA also not doing so hot. And the other big one? Activision just got acquired by Microsoft. Not crazy about that. I don't know. A lot of the big players seem to be dying off. I do not want Square to die. I should probably say that. I hope Square has a good, successful future. It's like, Square is still really the only company that produces games like they do these days. You know? Like, there's still Atlas producing pretty consistent RPGs that people like. Like, that's the only one I can really think of that's like solely dedicated to RPGs the way that Square seems to be. Big developer scene's not looking so good right now. Few mid-sized independent devs there are now. It's a bit concerning. It's because they keep getting bought. I've always said that I think some of the coolest stuff that has ever come around in video games has been like AA devs. Those devs that aren't quite big enough to be AAA and beholden to a bunch of fucking really large publisher restrictions, but they're still around enough. You know, they're still like they still have enough resources to do really cool out there stuff, you know? And like, we don't see that anymore. AA devs are like dead for the most part. Now indie games are doing a lot of cool stuff, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry though. I don't like roguelikes. Don't like them. And thus, 90% of indies are just kind of useless to me. Like, indie devs love just making roguelikes, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like most indie games. Indies are doing so well. Just great fully polished experiences that actually have a budget. You know, AA stuff. Exactly. I think AAA is like all slop these days. It's 100% slop. It's all open world garbage, you know, like, not to say that I don't like the occasional open world game, but I don't know, I feel like I like Xenoblade Chronicles and not Assassin's Creed, if that makes sense. You know? I want a game that justifies its open worldness in more ways than just it is a place you run around and we put the game objectives there. I love Titan's theme. I feel like I hear a lot of people talk shit about this one. This theme is like actually super great. I love it. It only gets to play for like 10 seconds in the actual fucking fight. Because he dies so fast now. God, I'm watching the video because this comes along with an upload from 11 years ago, from back when ARR was like live content. People used to be really bad at this game. Yeah, no, I've heard a non-zero number of people say that they hate Titan's theme. Granted, they're mainly people I know IRL, but this theme is really good. Oh, the tank is down. wiped in this video. Yeah, I don't know how much post stream I'll do tonight. God, I can finally open next stream with this theme. About damn time. I've been waiting to open a stream with this one. I didn't think it would take this long to get here. I don't know how many quests we're actually, like, missing to the end of the game. Oh, it's quite a few. Oh, I can talk about this. I finally, so I sat down for the past 2 days to play through DMC5 on the Virgil mode. And I was correct in my assessment that it probably wasn't going to be very interesting stream content, because it is just doing the same stuff we've already done again with less cutscenes. Virgil has 2 cutscenes across the whole game, basically. The first one being new and the last one having new content within it, like towards the end. Or I guess he has 2 blocks of cutscenes. So I was correct in that assessment. That being said, goddamn was he fun. That was actually, I think, the most fun I've ever had playing as a character in a character action game. Virgil is so fucking fun in that game. He can air juggle anything. Even his final boss. He is so fun. The weapon switching just feels really satisfying. All of his weapons feel like they have really good, unique use cases. Like the blue sword, I think, was the one I found myself using the least. But God, I loved the like, oh God, what are, I don't know the names of any of them. I know he has the Yamato. The like, the fists and the punches and the kicks, that thing, that thing is amazing. I love that. I love that thing. He has like a really cool theme song. I don't think you're meant to play through the entirety of his experience in like 2 sittings, because towards the end I was thinking like, okay, can we get a second song? But still really good song. I don't know, he's just really smooth and super fun to play as. My one complaint with DMC5 is actually legitimately that you can't play any mission as any character, because I would have played through that game 4 times. I would do 3 additional playthroughs if I could play through the whole thing as Dante, Nero, and V separately. And I don't just mean like the base playthrough, I mean like all Dante, all Nero, all V. I would do it. I would literally do it. Yeah, I honestly, okay, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think I like DMC5 more than I like Bayonetta. I wonder why that isn't something you can do. I think it's literally V. I think literally it is V's fault. Because V is like a really narrow use case character. So missions kind of have to be designed around him. You know, which kind of sucks because I love playing as him, so. But, you know, that shouldn't stop Dante and Nero, you know? Oh, where is it? There it is. We can just play his theme for the next little bit of time. Yeah, I don't know. I had a really, really good time with that. If I have a bad time, that's my business, Capcom. Let me be silly. Oh, okay. And I will say, spoilers for DMC5 from here on out. That final boss was incredible. It was amazing. The literal 1v1 with Dante twice is so good. I was expecting Nero, and he does not show up. Instead, you have to fight Super Dante. It's amazing. He's not able to maintain that form for a super long time in that fight, but he's still hard as balls. I had to use a couple revives on him. Okay. I really love the World of V attack. I thought triggering it was kind of tricky. You have to, like, twirl the control stick while targeting, and then after you twirl it once, you have to hit B. And B is also the button that instantly teleports you to an enemy. So I found myself wanting to back off so I could use that attack, get in some free damage, and heal. And then I'd find myself teleporting directly in front of an attack, getting hit, and losing my entire concentration gauge. More than once. Yeah, I don't know. I had a great time. Had a great time as Virgil. Should probably talk about upcoming streams, shouldn't I? Upcoming thingamabobs, thingamadoodads. So Friday is 4th of July, so that means this week is a bit of an altered schedule. Thursday is still going to be Lies of P, so if you're interested in seeing more of the Lies of P playthrough, stop by on Thursday, probably 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. We've only had one session under our belt, so I'm excited to see more of the game. Other than that, Friday is not going to be DMC day this week. So if you are wanting to stop by and watch some of the DMC Devil May Cry playthrough, the dreaded reboot, then that is going to be happening on Saturday instead, after I wrap up with my raid group. So likely 9:30, maybe nearing 10. If Friday wasn't a holiday, it would be clear, but it is a holiday this time, and I will not be home. Even if I were home, the sky will be exploding, and I will not want to be doing anything like featuring audio. I think that's basically everything I've got for today. Yeah, not great. I believe I will be ending stream here then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any updates on the Deadly Premonition Let's Play? It has shifted over to a when it is ready status. I'm not going to go too much into detail on anything happening behind the scenes. But just know that I was not in the mental state to be editing anything. And some things are happening behind the scenes. So it's kind of just on a when it's done thing. We'll see. Yeah. I don't know. It's like less serious than I'm making it out to be, I guess. But I don't want to give too many details because it does involve personal details of people. But yeah. We have, I want to say we have like 6 episodes in the tank total. So there should be 4 more that I can edit. I just need to, give myself time and do it. Weekly upload schedules, I have found, will kill me. So I can handle weekly streaming schedules because I can just sit here and yap into my microphone forever. But actually sitting down and like forcing myself to edit weekly is a bit much for me. Particularly at the moment, I'm working on my final term at school for the time being. So things, things are a bit hectic, but that's life. I'm glad to see that people are looking forward to more episodes of it. I'll try to get some more out. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream there. It was a fun stream. We got really far in 14 tonight, so that's good. I anticipate maybe 3 more streams of ARR, maybe, depending on how much optional content I find to waste our time with. I have plans for the future of our ARR playthrough that I hope will be fun for everybody. Delving into some content that people don't normally get to see. So look forward to that. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a lot of fun. Next stream will be on Thursday night, and then the stream after that will be on Saturday. I should probably post the schedule somewhere. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great night, everybody.